All right. Welcome, everyone, to the third episode of Jotting Down Thoughts with Jacob and Jay. My name is Jacob. I'm from San Diego, so is Jay. I'm 25, graduate from SDSU, San Diego State University, currently in marketing as a career choice, and I'm a co-founder of WIM, which is the channel you're listening to this on. So here's Jay to introduce himself.
My name's Jay, and same man from San Diego. Um, good friends with Jacob, and I graduated from Helix High School. That's where we met. It's a good school. I like I liked high schools at times, and definitely loved freshman and senior year, but sophomore and junior year, I didn't like. I think a lot of people can relate to that. It's a drag in high school. You think life sucks, and then of course now I look back at I work I work at a school, like we're building parking structures and stuff like that next to school, and I look at the kids like running around and stuff, and I'm looking at them like, man, they have no idea how good they have it. And I'm thinking back about how like I used to bitch and complain all the time about certain stuff as a kid. But there's definitely appeal, or there's a quality of life when you're a kid that I'm looking at every day at work, and I'm like, oh, that looks pretty fucking fun.
Yeah.
That looks pretty fun. It looks better than this.
For sure.
But like I said, I liked high school, and I hated high school at times. But I definitely appreciated the friendships I got from high school, like you, Danny, Randy, Hugh, all them, Sergio, all those guys, bro.
And from them, you meet other people too, because through them I met Jamie, and through Jamie, and also through the twins, I met like Jack. Through Jack I met Tony, and now I'm roommates with Jamie and his girlfriend June. June got me the job I currently have now. I'm roommates also with Tony and his girlfriend Christy, and it's just all that stemmed from meeting you and the twins in high school. So it's really crazy how that worked out and how different my life would be if I wasn't friends with you guys in high school.
Right.
But no, what you're talking about is how much better like you have it in high school, but you don't realize it because you're going through all these changes, and it's a pretty awkward stage for most people. I can go back like even further. Elementary school was my heyday. That's when I was like the popular kid. I was like top of the class, competing for number one, I think, in like this math program we were doing, and I was like pretty good with girls, like for an elementary school kid. Anyways, I felt like girls like to talk to me or whatever. So elementary school was good, and then I think middle school is where it transitioned, because I went to a middle school where not a lot of people from my elementary school went, so it was like new. I had to kind of start over. I didn't have my street cred like I did in elementary school. Like no one knew I was like the cool kid. So I kind of became a little introverted there. I think I was scared and nervous, and that's when like you kind of start to hit puberty, and I think that's where things changed. And then high school, freshman year for me wasn't that great.
Well, you were into baseball, right? Like,
I was in baseball.
Like you and me were definitely like we never played in the same league. I don't think we ever played each other, but
No.
But I played baseball.
Yeah.
Growing up, I loved baseball, dude.
Me too.
Baseball was fun, dude. Like I remember like going there, dude, and like just going to practices, of course, was alright. It was fun sometimes. Sometimes it wasn't. But like a game day when everybody's there, and everyone, like, of course, the first thing you think of is what kind of snacks I want. I want hot Cheetos. I want a Snickers.
Give
I'm
me a
not
hot
gonna
dog.
get any on some days because there's no way my mom was letting me have any of that shit. Oh man, baseball was fun, dude.
Remember,
That was definitely fun.
what's it called, Big League Chew.
Oh,
If you
Big
got
League
that
Chew.
gum, you were
Yeah.
everyone wanted some.
Right.
Yeah, no, I played baseball for I want to say like 10 years. That's usually the estimate I give, but I stopped. I broke my wrist freshman year of high school. I think that's when things, like I said, were starting to kind of turn downhill a little bit, like from my perspective in that time.
Mm.
So I broke my wrist freshman year of high school, and I guess I didn't really want to play baseball anymore because I felt I played it for so long, and I felt like
Same.
it was almost a thing that I felt my dad was pressuring me to do, so that it didn't feel like it might have not been my passion, it was my dad's. So I was like going through that like confusion in my head. I broke my wrist. I was like, okay, this is my chance to get out. I tell my dad I don't want to do it anymore. I'm behind all the other kids that got their freshman year to play and like get in with the coaches and whatnot, kind of build their credibility. So I stopped then, but you and me, like we went to the batting cages recently. So
That was great.
we should probably go again soon.
I was
Um,
sweating like crazy.
yeah.
That's it's crazy. Like swinging a bat like over and over again. Like when you're a kid, it doesn't even like really matter. You have so much energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like to do that, like I'm
And
just
now?
gonna swing. I just want to keep swinging at a ball.
Yeah.
But like towards the end there, I was like, man, I'm kind of over this, man. It was fun for about like 20 minutes,
Mhm.
and then I was like, man, I just like keep swinging
It's
the bat
exhausting.
over and over again.
Yeah.
It was,
Well, I got blisters all over my hands.
Yeah.
You work construction, so I guess your hands are like more calloused.
Yeah,
But I got blisters all over my hands, and I could barely swing anymore after like 20, 30 minutes.
yeah,
It was rough.
my hands were fine.
Yeah. I was wearing gloves, and he was wearing he had no gloves, bare hands, and I still had
Yeah.
freaking blisters all over my hands. But it was fun, because I realized, I think after high school, that that I did actually enjoy playing baseball. That it wasn't just like my dad's thing. I actually did enjoy it, so that's where some regret came into play that I didn't play in high school and like kind of continue on. Because now I would like to be in a league and be playing, even if it's just for fun. I would enjoy doing that.
At least you had a wrist injury. What was it?
It was like a tiny little fracture in my wrist, but I had a cast that went all the way up my arm.
Hey, at least that was something, dude. You know why I quit? Because I was like, I'm over it. I want to go play football.
At least
And
you
really,
went-
I could have played both. I could have done both.
Yeah.
But I said I was over it.
Hmm.
That's insane because I love baseball. I love playing it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I was over it.
Yeah.
And once I said I was over it, that was it.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But you can't go back in time. There's no point of like, oh man, I wish I can just go back in time
Yeah.
and tell him to keep at it, keep playing baseball. Pointless.
Can't beat yourself up over it for sure.
Right. You can, but
I regret not playing football too, though. Like I wish I would have at least like got put into a league or like even a what's it called, Pop Warner.
Pop Warner, yeah.
Yeah, just like even when I was just a kid, just to have that chance to play. Cause I was like we would play like scrimmage games or whatever just for fun,
Mhm.
2-hand touch, all the time with Danny and Randy. And I felt like I was okay, like naturally. I was decent at it for not having played in a league or anything. Like, I wasn't great or anything, but I don't know. I wish I would have had that chance to play in high
Right.
school.
I played in high school a little bit, and I had a similar thing with your wrist. Like I remember, I was a sophomore year in high school. I was, I was working out in the morning. I was waking up. Sometimes riding the bus to go to La Mesa. I lived in North Park, which is like a good 30-minute bus ride.
Hmm.
And I was showing up every morning, and I was not like gaining any progress in the weight room. And at that time, I was like losing a bunch of weight for some reason. I was pissing 4 or 5 times in the middle of the night. I was pale. Like everything I ate, like the taste would linger on my tongue for hours. And those were like signs of undiagnosed diabetes. Like I had that for like almost a year, and I without really me even knowing it, and it affected my body, and so I fell way behind in football. Not to say I wouldn't have like made a career. I wouldn't have. There's I wouldn't have made a career. I wasn't that good at it, but if I worked hard enough at it, or if I kept at it, I could have got a scholarship out of it. You know, like I had decent grades. I had I had like above average grades in high school. So I could have, you know, but like I could have got a scholarship probably out of it if I kept at it, and I didn't, you know, get sick, which sucks. But like that's what I have now, and that's something that of course I was like mad before when I remember being in the hospital room, and like them telling me, and I was just like angry. Like that was my first reaction. I was like, and I had no idea what I was in for. I didn't know I was gonna take shots every time I was gonna eat. I didn't know any of that, and I was just when I heard you're a diabetic, like just the thought like what like man, I just remember getting really really angry, but you know, now it's just a part of my life. Now it's nothing, you know. But like I remember, yeah, like in high school, like shit like that would happen, and I was like, man, shit's not going my way.
Feeling unlucky.
Feeling unlucky.
Yeah, well, I guess that's a lot worse than a broken wrist because mine heals and you still gotta shoot up. But yeah, like you said, you're used to it, so there's not much we can do about those things, you know. Shit happens, right? That was like my slogan all my life. Shit happens. Just gotta move on, and you can't dwell on the past. And that's what I did for a lot of my life, just dwelling on the past, but only on the negative things. Like if we look back, I'm sure you and I could think of a lot of positive things that we miss doing, you know. Like you said, baseball. I think we both miss playing baseball, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, baseball, and then the friendships that you make in high school. Like looking back, if we would have just acknowledged that those were good times. Because for me,
what do you think? What do you think is different between like then and now? It's probably a lot of things, but it's hard to think about them.
like I would say mindset is a lot different. Like back then, I would say like my goal was just to like hang out with people and like impress people for usually not the right reasons and just try to fit in. But now my goals are like learning about myself and like advancing in my career and maintaining like good healthy relationships.
So your motivation's like self-driven instead of
yeah,
what other things drive you.
right, like
or,
what other people are thinking, and yeah.
Right.
So definitely it's a big mindset change from back then. Yeah, high school was it's a good transition period. Like you're learning a lot, but it was kind of rough. Like I said, I broke my wrist in high school, which led to like this big schedule change because I couldn't finish my PE class, my physical education class. So I had to drop that and like mix up my schedule around and then take it sophomore year with freshmen. So it was like it's a weird mindset. Like you're supposed to be kind of advancing through your 4 years, and I'm kind of like back here with these kids that are like, you know, immature and they're only a year behind. But you know, when you're a freshman, you're pretty immature and you don't know like the ropes of like what goes on in high school and stuff. So I feel like
feels like middle school still.
it's a little setback, yeah, because you're basically with middle schoolers. You know, they just got to high school. They're not really high schoolers yet. So yeah, I would say high school didn't get good for me until senior year, because junior year is just all work. Like you have all these big projects and you're taking like all these classes. You have a full schedule just to make sure like your grades are good, because that's when you're applying for colleges. But then senior year, it's like you have a light schedule. I was able to go home early and get to school late every day, so that's when I think high school got good for me, because I really developed my relationship with you guys, and we're hanging out like after school and stuff, and I had a light schedule as well, so that's when high school was good
we
for
made
me.
some great projects movie projects.
Oh my god.
One time killer. Someone killed Justin Bieber. We got to find out who it is. You know, and
That was interesting.
Yeah.
I think we started that movie with me screaming, super high pitched.
Yeah.
And
it transitioned into Taylor Swift's. No, it was Taylor Swift's. Was it a love story? The beginning of it, and then it went right to you screaming, just like, and he had like this long hair. I think you were supposed to be Justin Bieber.
Well, I don't think I was there. I think I was trying to recreate it's either a picture or a video of some like lady screaming with her hands like on her cheeks.
Yeah.
I think there's a famous painting of that. I can't remember what it's called. But I think that's what I was going for. But it got everyone's attention. I remember I was sitting in the class watching it. I don't even think it was my class.
No.
I wasn't in that class, but I was in the video for you guys. But I snuck away from the class that I was actually in and came to watch it.
Yeah.
So when I was in there, everyone was like talking while the movie was starting. And then once I screamed, like super high pitched, it got everyone's attention and everyone started watching. But there was some good clips in that video.
Yeah, dude. Hey, the other movie also with the other Jacob, you know, Jacob Jordan, and that was a funny movie too, dude. Like we're just doing random immature stuff in that movie. Of course, got a lot of people to laugh. Oh man,
I forgot about that one. That's crazy. I remember shooting that now.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I'm reminiscing.
I was a bum in that movie. I was a homeless guy, dog.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was fun.
What else happened in that one? Was there like oh man, I can't remember. I can't separate the two movies, but I remember one of them. I was playing Justin Bieber, right? Had my long hair like he did when he was younger, and I ended up getting shot, I believe, or stabbed or something. Like we were legitimately in a park at night, in kind of a ghetto area.
Oh yeah.
Like pretending to stab me, and I had like fake blood in my shirt.
Right.
Looking back, maybe not the best idea to do that then, but it worked, I guess.
Yeah. You're not living unless you go in a dangerous area at a park and pretend to get stabbed, bro.
That's true.
Yeah.
I can tell my kids that I did that now.
Yeah.
So.
And they'll do the same thing, just like Daddy. Yeah. Great idea.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, bro, but like that was a definitely different. I don't know, like college. Obviously, we both struggled at first. You got your act around though, and like I did not. Of course, I got a few good breaks to get to the position I am now. I know my uncle's in the construction industry, and I'm definitely trying to take advantage of like the opportunity I'm given now, dude. I definitely missed on a lot before. Seems like a lot of stuff went right over my head. But
why don't we talk about college a little bit and
college?
our experience? Might as well. We're going chronologically. I think
college.
I started back in elementary, and now we're going through it. So
college, man. College was me pretending to be like I think at the end of the day it was pretending. Like it didn't feel like it was pretending. Like I remember like, oh, I'm gonna do this, especially picking classes. You get all excited, like, oh, I'm gonna knock this out. And then a couple weeks go by and you're not on top of it. Definitely for me, like it just became like, I remember at first it was like something I was trying to do. Wasn't giving my best effort, but I was trying to do it. But then I got into kind of the habit of not showing up to class, because now, hey, I can just miss a class or two. I'm in college. Yes.
When you get that freedom, then,
I don't need to go to this class.
Yep.
I can get someone else to take the notes for me, and I got in the habit of that, and definitely then I stopped going for a while, but then I had to go back, and I was just a mess at that time. I was showing up high to class every fucking time, dude. Hard to learn when you're showing up stoned, to work, to school.
Yeah.
Showing up drunk a couple times. But that was just something that I went through. Obviously, I could have took care of the opportunity I was given, which was education, but I missed that opportunity. I now in this part of my life where I'm learning and but like college, dude, like I just college was a blur. There's nothing I could really say about college. You know, like the only partying I did in college was with you guys.
Yeah.
Was with my friends. It was with like what 10 or 11 people.
Mm-hmm.
It was like really a kickback and there's not much I can really say about college.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot more you could say
I
about
don't.
college.
Well,
Bro.
okay. As far as the partying, even though I did go to SDSU, I wasn't very social, um, and I didn't really get invited to parties, or even I probably really didn't want to go because I was like partying with you guys, and that was good enough for me. I didn't really need to go try to make friends with these people I don't know and go to these like ragers or whatever. And I always had I always thought like frat parties, like I had this bad like imagination of what they are and what frat guys are like. Um, I don't know if it's true or not because I never went and checked it out, but I started in community college and I was there for a while. So I didn't get that um, that start as a freshman in college where you're kind of forced to meet people and you have 4 years to do it. I was at community college for, I think it took me 3.5 years to get enough credits to transfer to SDSU.
Mm-hmm.
And then at SDSU, I only had 2 years there, and I was just focused on getting my classes done and graduating.
Right.
But I don't know. Community college was okay. Like my first semester, like it's so packed, like I couldn't get any classes. So I had to wait till the semester after that, and I only got I think I got like 1 or 2 classes, and slowly like you start to get a better priority on the like when you pick your classes,
Mm-hmm.
you get an earlier date to pick your classes. So community college took forever, and I wasn't very social there either. I don't think many people are in community college. You're kind of just
No.
you're just there to take your classes and get what you need to transfer,
Right.
pretty much, or just get an associate's degree if that's what you're going for. So yeah, I didn't really party much either. It's just it was with you guys, but college was definitely a lot more transformational for me than high school. Because high school, it's like you have all these crutches, like all these counselors and teachers, like making sure you graduate.
Yeah.
Like you're on this timeline. But then college, you have to go to a counselor in order to make sure like you're on the right path. Otherwise, you have no idea like if you're taking the right classes, if you're gonna have enough credits to graduate when you need to.
Right. And you're also relying on what other people
Mm-hmm.
to not the not counselors, not tutors. You're relying on other students
Yeah.
and like getting together with other students and like I've had good experiences, bad experiences with that. I've had times where like the whole group was on top of it and they knew what they wanted to do and I was kind of like I was the kid who was kind of like not really doing shit but like kind of relying his grade or his future in the class on these smarter kids. I've had like bad ones where I was with this one kid. I went to his house and we were supposed to do this thing for it was communications and we're supposed to do this like skit and write it out and do all this stuff and like came to his house and we were just like smoking weed and like we were like it was like 12 at night and like we had school at like 7 in the morning. We still haven't had shit done. Damn. And we had the choice either A, take care of business, right, and do the work, or continue smoking. And we chose continue smoking. And like I just remember not showing up the next day. I said, "Fuck it, I ain't gonna go through that." And he ended up staying, and he bullshitted through it. And he actually just for showing up, he like got a C. I didn't show up because I was too fucking scared of the teacher. And oh man,
you got an F on that?
Yeah, I definitely got an F. I failed the class.
Gotcha. Damn.
Yeah, see that's where guts comes into play. That's where like some like you just gotta like muster up some courage, right? And think about, all right, you're in this situation, you're at you're at the bottom, right? Like it cannot get possibly any worse. Your outcome, or I don't know how to put it, but like if you try your best to maybe like bullshit a little bit, or like maybe try your best to survive, really, maybe you will. You have a shot.
Yeah,
You know,
at least you
and
try.
that guy fucking capitalized on his shot, and I like didn't even take my shot.
There's 2 paths y'all could have took. He took one and you took the other.
And of course, we could have done the work. We could have just
there's a third one.
we could have we could have like pounded maybe an energy drink and like got it done.
Yeah.
But we chose to be really stupid that night, and I've had many nights like that, many nights.
Well, you've learned from them, and now you can look back and know what the right thing to do is, because you've done the wrong thing. So, but I agree with the fact that college is so like it's on you completely, but the people around you also influence, like when you have group projects, like you said. Because I remember some times like that in community college, mostly, where kids are just not showing up to class. They're not doing anything. They're not responding to any of your messages. Like we all have like we have our part to do in the project, and this one guy's just like MIA, and it affects your grade. And but going into SDSU is different. Like everyone knows what's at stake. Everyone's paying more to go there, and everyone wants to graduate soon because everyone's close to graduating.
Right.
So everyone's on their shit.
Right.
I remember we did another video. This one with my SDSU, I forget which class it's for. Some business class, I think, but we were supposed to make a video, I think, like a recreation almost of some type of TV show, and we chose The Bachelor, and I was The Bachelor.
Nice.
Yeah.
I watched that growing up.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Oh, with your mom, right?
Yes.
You told me.
Yes. I grew up watching fucking chick flicks. It was awful and good sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fun sometimes, but most of the time it was fucking awful.
Well.
But I liked Bachelor.
Yeah. I had never watched it before, so they kind of had to walk me through. Like, I knew the gist of it, like, it's a dating thing. Like, I've watched other reality shows that are somewhat similar, like, I think the first one was Flava Flav.
Oh, really?
I watched that one where he's not even, like, a very attractive dude. I guess just the money, or people trying to get famous. But, he has girls lining up to try to date him, and then after that, I think it was New York. The girl that was from Flava Flav's show gets her own show. She got dudes lining up for her. I remember watching Rock of Love, I think. What's his name? Brett something. Some rock guy. So I did grow up watching those. So The Bachelor wasn't too hard, but I just remember everyone in my group being, like, super on their shit. Like, super, like, trying to be creative about it and trying to, like, put out the best product to get the best grade, basically. So I don't know, I guess my point is, like, you are dependent on other people, but as you make, like, the choices to just keep inching up, keep moving throughout the college career, like, you get to better people that are also on that same path.
Wait, so you were The Bachelor?
I was The Bachelor.
You were The Bachelor?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I went through, I had some dates, I remember. We went on a bike ride. I went to the beach, had a date on the beach.
Wait, you didn't go to Cancun?
PB, close enough.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't remember the other dates. I think they were just kind of talking, like around the house, the bachelor house or whatever.
Oh.
But yeah, and then we had like this rooftop ceremony where I'm like giving out roses. It was pretty good. I have it still on my YouTube channel, my personal one, but it's like hidden. So you have to have the link to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But shoot, if everyone wants to see it, like message me and I'll give you the link. Just don't share it with everyone. It's a personal link for you. But
it's a secret.
Just going back to college, I remember like, cause you and we all like we said, we went to high school together. So, and you guys ended up going to the same college because I think you lived in an area that was closer to the college you went to. And I was like closer to Cuyamaca College. You guys went to
Mesa.
which is more north.
Yeah.
It would have been like such a out of the way drive for me.
I got kicked out of Mesa though, so I go to Grossmont. So I was kind of close. I actually kind of ended up having to go close to you a little bit. I could have gone to Cuyamaco.
Yeah, but I think you guys going to the same one and me being on my own like forced me to be independent, and like you guys had each other, whereas like if one person didn't want to go to class, none of you would go to class, right? Like you would just go eat or something.
Yeah.
Those are stories I heard from you guys.
Huh.
So in a way, it's better for me to be on my own, you know? Because then it's like, it's just me. So obviously I have my days where I don't go to class too, but it's like I don't have a few other people that also, like, if they don't want to go to class, then, you know, we all kind of take the day off.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that could have been a downfall for you guys, where it was like a benefit for me. But yeah, I don't know. College was interesting times.
Yeah, and then look at you now, though.
Look at me now.
I mean, you fucking turn it around. You know, you kind of like this. I think you had not a moment,
but I had
like definitely a moment in time where you were kind of just like, I gotta turn my stuff around.
Yeah.
You know, in order to, or maybe just like you're like, I just wanted to grow up, right? Like and you know, graduate and get a job, right?
Yeah.
This is the path I have to take.
Yeah, I didn't like feeling that, because I think coming out of like we said, in high school, you're seeing all these external forces where it's like you care what other people think. So there's still a part of that, like it didn't completely go away when I was in college, and I was seeing other people further along than me, and I was like, why am I not as far along as them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of a driver in that way to like keep up with society, like everyone else is graduating at 22. So I wanted to keep going and keep improving and keep chugging along and not fall behind. But I also had, I think I mentioned in the last podcast, it's another driver. It's my mom when my parents got divorced. It's kind of a driver for me in a way, like, okay, she doesn't want to be part of the family. She doesn't want to help me. Like, I don't need help. I can do it myself. So that kind of gave me some confidence and independence to like get shit done and like not ask for help and just like do it for me, basically.
Right.
So yeah, that was I think those were my two drivers. Neither of them really have anything to do with me. They had to do with my mom and what I was seeing other people do, but they got me to where I am now, and now I'm learning a lot more about being like confident in myself and improving for myself.
Right. Well, I've got more the concept today of like, what you put in life is what you get.
Mm-hmm.
So I mentioned that before. Like if you wake up, say you're gonna have a shitty day, you're gonna have a shitty day. If you say you're gonna have a good day, you may not have one, but you have a better shot of having that good day.
Yeah.
And if you said you're gonna have a shitty day, and so. That's definitely for me, like waking up and forcing myself to get motivated is like, it's a big thing for me. Mm-hmm. Like kind of like especially when I get in my car, it's freezing in the morning, it's cold, it's early, it's dark, there's nobody on the road, you feel like you're the only person up, you're like, why the fuck am I up? I should be in bed. Immediately I'll catch myself and say that's kind of like a shitty way to think, and I kind of say, you know what, you're about to do something awesome today. I go to work and I try to do that. I try to do something awesome. Definitely it's different. It's definitely different. Like when I was younger, when I was in college, I used to wake up having this super impending doom kind of thing, like feeling kind of like shit, something's about to go sideways today. Something's about to go bad today. And then I wouldn't like try to flip that. I wouldn't try to get rid of it. I would kind of just like sit in that a little bit. It's weird. It's like, why would you want to sit there? But
it's easier.
But it's easier, I guess. And I think I definitely had times where like I was definitely like a bad employee in the past, but I never like when I was at work, I never tried to be like this shitty employee.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way I set myself up to be a shitty employee.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like how you live your life, a little bit, or how your attitude is naturally, or like if you develop a certain attitude, it's kind of hard for you to shake that a little bit. I think it's kind of hard for you to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, dude, like, at work, I definitely had, like, I remember, like, just, like, and two, like, you can trick yourself in thinking that it's not your fault. I remember I was at work, I was at a restaurant, I was stoned, and I was fucking high as fuck, and I remember, like, getting orders wrong, and after when I'm, like, getting in my car, I'm, like, bitching about, about these customers.
Mm-hmm.
I turn on some fucking, I don't know, some fucking old school rap or something like that. I say, man, fuck these customers, man. Like, but the truth is, bro, but like, I was, being a shithead, to say, put it politely. I don't know how else to put it. But so like, definitely that's what's different, today, bro. As when I was in college or when I was younger, is I definitely take more personal responsibility. Personal responsibility, bro, will save you at the end of the day, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Personal responsibility is like one of the more freeing things you can do, because instead of like relying on other things, to justify or how about this, like you said, to drive you,
Mm-hmm.
you take a little bit more. It's like you take a little bit more control. You're a little bit more in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And that feels way better than doing the opposite thing, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it
you know
makes
what I'm saying?
sense. No, I agree 100%.
Yeah, but like when you're young, I don't know if like, especially as a man, I don't know what female perspective is.
Mm-hmm.
I know as a male, dude, like when you're young, you're definitely like, you give a shit about like what other things besides things that are important.
Yeah.
It's like all like the things that are important are kind of don't matter.
Mm-hmm. You got it backwards, right?
You got
when
it
you're younger.
backwards.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak for every young man out there, but definitely for me, that's the case.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's I think we're gonna change the way that we raise our kids compared to how we were raised.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we might, like, the older generation, like our parents, might have thought they were teaching us, the right way, like you work hard and whatever else they taught us. But I think as generations go, you try to improve your kids and what you teach them and how you want their mindset to be, what their drivers are. And we might have had our drivers backwards.
Yeah.
We got to teach our kids to, rely on yourself more.
I think you gotta be consistent as a parent. Have a consistent message.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have a little bit of fight or flight kind of thing. That's how I grew up, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like there's no balance. How people acted.
Mm-hmm.
I think like when that happens, that creates a little bit of insecurity, a little bit of instability. But I think like if you keep it consistent, like even if you're hard, like really hard on your kid,
Mm-hmm.
and you consistently, here's the message, here's what I expect, boom, boom, boom,
They're
and
gonna
it's
get
just
it.
I think that's better. I think that's good. And as long as you show love and you're not a complete jerk,
Yeah.
that's what's best, dude. That's what I'm looking forward to. Being a parent is kind of like just being like a role model, or to a kid, which is a lot of pressure at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, dude. That's also the thing I'm scared of, is like is when I look at that, like what's beyond, or what's in our 30s and stuff like that, is like having a family is a lot of responsibility,
a
lot on your plate,
Mm-hmm.
which can be cool though, which
Mm-hmm.
which I think can make you I don't know how to put it, what's the word,
Like you kind of grow up in a different way.
well,
In my eyes, like when you're a parent, like it's a different type of maturity that you have to get there in order to like not fuck this kid up, basically.
right.
But I've always been like super excited to like have kids and like be able to like instill like my beliefs and like my morals like to this child and like have them grow up to be like this amazing person that's like kind and driven and healthy and everything. But it's gonna be like navigating like when you give them like the tough realities. Like when do you teach them like some real shit? Like how old do they have to be? Like is it too young? Am I gonna mess them up if I expose them to this now? Or do you like expose it to them through their whole life, but just when they're younger you give it to them in a different way? That's some things that I think about. That I kind of like. I worry a little bit about them. Like I'm sure things will work out fine, but it's a whole new life.
Right. And lucky we don't have to think about that really.
Yeah.
Yet. I mean.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for a while. I don't
Hey, but I
it.
can't catch myself thinking about it for a good hour, bro. Like all of a sudden I'm like, dude, like an hour went by and I'm thinking about this hypothetical, might not even happen situation. You know?
Yeah.
Funny, bro. Like you can just like sit there and think about something. I will get mad about something that hasn't even happened. I love doing that.
Yeah.
Love doing that, bro.
There's a word for that actually. I was looking into these words that they're emotions that we feel but we can't really explain. So that's one of them. This one, it's spelled Jouska. It's a hypothetical conversation that you compulsively play out in your head. So this one,
Jouska.
This one, it says conversation.
Getting that tattooed on my chest, homie.
It says conversation. It doesn't say situation, but I think it's probably pretty similar. That's funny you mentioned that because I just kind of made that connection that I was looking into these words for whatever reason. But I get that all the time where I'm playing out these situations, even like it doesn't even have to be one that is so unrealistic, but it's just something that hasn't happened. But just playing it out in your head like something that could happen, soonish. Yeah. And you're almost preparing for it in a way by thinking it out, playing out the situation, like what you would do if that happened. So it's kind of a good thing, as long as you don't get like upset over it or anything. Just know that it's not real. It didn't happen. But sometimes you get kind of worked up about it. I've been there.
I will go to bed angry about something that didn't happen, dude.
I think we do sometimes.
Not all the time though. That's. I mean, I will do that pretty much every day. Think about like something that didn't even happen, like all the time. But like getting mad about like legitly fucking heated about something like that. That doesn't happen all the time. That happens maybe sometimes. But like, oh man, that's a trip, bro. Yeah. Like you catch yourself thinking about something, or something can control you like that.
Some imaginary situation is controlling how you feel.
Yeah, and that's a good way to stop yourself from getting angry. Is stuff that's happened to you.
Yeah.
Really really stuff that's happened to you.
Yeah.
Like you getting mad about that is the thing you got to ask yourself is, do I want this to control me? Do I want this to control my life? Sometimes I do a good job of like, you know what, that is the stupid thing to let it control me. Sometimes, however, I say, man, I don't, this is a stupid thing to control me, and that doesn't matter. It still fucking controls my head, controls my behavior, controls my thinking, all that stuff. But
something that's kind of helped me is meditation on that. Like, I'm like 15 days through this challenge of like meditating every day for an hour, and it's in a way helped me control my thoughts, like bring me back to the present and like not whatever I'm thinking about that could be like something from the past or the future, but just like that awareness that you're drifting off and then being able to control it and bring it back. Because I've been doing these guided meditations where like they say it's okay to do that, but just recognize it and then come back to like your breathing. Like a lot of times I just lay on my bed and I'm just like letting my breath go naturally, like not trying to control it and listening to the guide And a lot of times they're like, if you drift off, that's okay. Just bring it back to your breathing. Listen to like the rise, or like feel the rise and fall of your chest or your stomach. And doing that has like helped me like in everyday activities where I am thinking, like you said, like I'm playing out these things and I'm getting worked up over it, but then I'm able to bring myself back. This is super helpful. It's like being able to control your thoughts in your mind, that's like a superpower.
Really?
Yeah. I highly recommend it. Highly, highly recommend it. Because I feel like I'm not like a super exaggerated, I don't know if that's the word, like emotional person. I don't show my emotions like a lot. Like pretty introverted. I don't show my emotions. But on the inside, I'm like thinking and I'm feeling like this range of emotions throughout the day. Like I'm getting angry at like stupid things, and I feel like I could be set off at any moment. And then other times I'm like super sad and super down, and I get like discouraged because like maybe I'm not succeeding at like certain things that I'm doing, even if it's a small thing like at work or whatever. And like my emotions are just fluctuating throughout the day. Most people probably wouldn't know that about me, just like from the outside. But I think this meditation and just mindfulness is helping me like control that. Emotions are okay to like go through a range of emotions. It means you're human, but just kind of being able to control yourself and stop yourself from going overboard. Super helpful. Yeah. So I think that's the biggest thing that I'm focused on right now is, I don't want to say controlling my mind because it sounds so weird. It sounds like mind control. Like, it sounds like it's not real. But I think controlling like your emotions and just bringing yourself back to the present moment is super helpful. Super helpful.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like you should be walking down Elkhorn Boulevard with a bag and shopping carts. But at the same time, like I get what you're saying. The like controlling your emotions or controlling your mind, right? Controlling your mind, and the rest will follow.
Yeah.
Like training your thoughts and the body will follow. Or is it the other way? Is it?
I think it starts with your mind. Well,
was it like you do? No. I think that's it. But that's exactly what you're saying. Like, controlling your emotions, controlling all that. It doesn't matter if you're like you are an extroverted person. I think that like obviously everybody can like use that, and that's really really dope. Really, that's like there's a couple good like meditation apps that are really good that I was using before. Haven't really been on in a while, but hey, the first time I tried meditating, which was this year, no, last year. The first time I tried it, it was weird, bro. Like I actually felt like something different a little bit. And I tried it after that, and I didn't feel the same. After every time I meditated, I didn't try it. Like I tried it a few times after that. I didn't feel the same, and that's why like, man, fuck this.
Like, it's like a skill, right?
Yeah,
like, you have to keep doing it.
Right, you gotta keep. I didn't keep doing it, but like the first time I did it, I felt like different for like a minute or two after. It was weird. Yeah. So there's definitely a power in like was it breathing, like controlling, like have some sort of self control, like self control, bro. It's like weird. It's pretty good. It's almost like a superpower these days, right? So many people self-indulge, bro. So many fucking people self-indulge.
Yeah.
Interesting, dude. But
yeah, like you said though, like the apps. You told me about Insight Timer. I think I had it downloaded before, but I just never got on it. But I've used Calm, but it's like for most of the stuff they have on there, you have to pay. So I'm not really using that. I use Headspace. They have a good beginner course that like, helps you understand meditation, and that one's super good. You could do that for like a week, and then but I go on Insight Timer probably more now because they have so much like free stuff. Like if you're a free user, you have access to so much stuff. So I would use Insight Timer. They have really good meditations there. But yeah, just like for example, like I just lay down and then untense, like all body parts. Like your jaw is usually clenched, like your shoulders are usually like uptight or whatever. Just like let everything go. And it's not always that easy. Like sometimes you have to remind yourself, oh, my jaw is clenched again, you know.
Mm.
And as far as your thoughts, like my thoughts go off all the time during meditation, and it's just important to remember like that's okay. Like it happens to everyone, and you'll get better at controlling that over time if you just do it like consistently and repeatedly. You don't even have to do it like very long. Like after this challenge, I might do it 10 minutes a day just to keep it going, or maybe 10 minutes every other day, or just as I need it. Like when I feel like I could use it, I could use this kind of reset, and then just do it for however long I feel like works. But there have been some where like I get this like it's a different feeling in some meditations versus others, even though I'm doing like pretty much the same thing. Like sometimes my body just takes me somewhere else, like or my mind takes me somewhere else, and then when I get up, I'm like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a new person, like super refreshed, and it usually is uplifting, like in terms of your mood, like a little more positive mood. Your worries have kind of like drifted off.
Yeah.
But no, I'm gonna make a video about it at the end of the 30 days, just kind of sharing everything I learned. But I highly recommend it. I mean, before it's like I think I had kind of this negative stigma on it, like you meditate. What the hell, you hippie?
Yeah.
And it was like a hippie thing, and
yeah, but then you got a man bun, right? And you're
now
like,
I got a freaking ponytail on my head.
I'm gonna start meditating.
Yep. I would not have expected myself to be doing and looking how I am now. If I was like, 5 years ago, I'd been like, I'm a hippie now.
Yeah.
I'm not really hippie, although I did go to PB with Peter, our other friend, for this guided meditation thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I told you, but the first day of this challenge, I went to Balboa Park. I saw this table that said free meditation books.
Yeah, you told me.
Okay, so I talked to the guy, and he like gave me this card, which is like an invite to this lounge, this meditation lounge. So I just went to that on Thursday, and it was different meditation than what I'm used to. I'm normally just, like I said, laying in my bed. I have like some quiet guide or just quiet nature sounds playing. But this one was like chanting a mantra with like instruments, so it's loud. And it was a community, like I'm with a bunch of people as opposed to being by myself.
Right.
So we're like chanting this mantra, which I don't really know what it means exactly, but it's about Krishna. I don't really know who or what that is exactly, but it's this divine thing that they work towards, I guess. I don't want to speak on it because I don't really know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like 45 minutes of like song, like this mantra that we're all repeating and chanting, and then they give us tea, and then they have like this wisdom, like philosophical wisdom talk of just about like life and like analogies and how you should treat others and things like that. And they gave us this vegan meal. It's all super interesting stuff.
Hey, treating others, that can affect your attitude.
Yeah.
Or affect how you feel.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah, but there's a lot of hippies there, and everyone's just like, it's hippies and there's monks. I don't want to call them hippies because it has like I said, like a stigma, like a negative thing. But people from PB, if you're from San Diego, you know what I'm talking about. It's like people that are like on a path to enlightenment. They like yoga, they like meditating, they're kind of at peace with themselves, which is all positive things, and they're all super welcoming. And it was like there's monks there, and they're super welcoming, and there's like trying to get in touch with themselves and learn about themselves and live with compassion, and it's a good experience for sure. But yeah, like I said, I would never have expected myself to be here if I was to kind of guess where I'd be at like a couple years after college.
Yeah.
That would be more of like a businessman, suit and tie, like kind of duking it out in the capitalistic society, like dog eat dog, trying to make it to the top type of thing. which like I'm still in the business, still want to run my own business, but it's shifted towards more of like a helping other people type of business as opposed to just trying to get every dollar out of them and just profit as much as I can. I'd like to give back.
Yes.
The money that I make.
Yeah, bro. Hey, giving back, bro, is it's key.
Yeah.
It's key in in the field of making money, right? Because that all can I'm just guessing because I never had a lot of money in my life, but I'm just guessing that a lot of that can go to your head, right?
Yeah.
A lot of that can go to your head, and which affects your behavior. Sounds good, dude. Like sometimes I think like I hear like rich people and they're like giving all their money away. Some of them obviously not all of them obviously don't give their money away. But the ones that do, that just give a bunch of the money, where they do all this shit, I'm just like, man, what are you doing, dude? Like,
That's your money.
I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, well, like you could have bought a couple more nice cars with that, bro.
Could have invested.
And selfishly, I think that's what you would want to do. But then there's like a part of you, obviously, I think that would make you feel pretty shitty, right? Is holding in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you instead of like trying to give it out, right? Try to like that's one thing I noticed about like people, or like if you're in your own head, or to speak from my experience, like if I'm in my own head a lot, instead of like the perfect way to get out of your own head is to think about other people, right? It sounds pretty obvious, and pretty simple, but still hard to do. Like best way to stop thinking about yourself is to get out of yourself is to, try to help other people, even if it's like the little things at work, right? Like oh, I'm gonna move this for somebody.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't because I didn't put it there, but you know what? I'm gonna move it.
It's not my job, but I'm gonna help someone else out.
Yeah.
Even like the feeling you get when you give like someone in need like $5, someone that, or you like pay for someone's meal. It doesn't have to be like $100,000 donation. Just helping someone else out that needs it. Like it's a good feeling, and I think that's why people do it when they like get a lot of money. Like obviously there's probably a few reasons, like they got too much money, they don't need it all, but that feeling that you get when you give to someone in need, like it's a really good feeling. I'm sure there are people that do it for like tax breaks and whatnot, which is like that's fine, like you can do whatever you want with your money, but I think overall, giving back is what kind of brings people together in a way. Doesn't keep us separated, doesn't keep the 1% separated from the rest of the people. We're all humans when you break it down.
Right.
So
it'd be a really weird society, right? If we all just went to our houses.
Yeah, and
just didn't talk to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or didn't like do shit for each other.
Yeah, I think you need human interaction for sure. You need that feeling of community. And we need each other.
There's some people though that shouldn't be around other people. Let's just be honest. But there's some people that should go home and be by themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Although they don't get the rehabilitation they need, I guess. If there are some people that feel everyone can be rehabilitated, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know which side I'm on for that, but isolation is never the best thing. But if someone has no chance of being a good person, then lock them away. Throw away the key.
Throw away the key.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, we're pretty much at an hour. I think we're at a good stopping point. Anything else you want to add?
No, dude. I enjoyed talking about stuff from like high school and what we're doing now.
Yeah. I think this is probably our best one yet. 3rd time's a charm.
Can't wait till the 9th one.
The 9th one. Is that your lucky number?
Yeah, the 9th one's gonna be award winning.
All right, y'all. Well, don't bother listening to 4 through 8. Just wait for 9.
Wait for 9.
Just kidding. We need you guys to every view counts, every like counts. If you subscribe, that's awesome. Everything helps us like get this out to more people. So if you enjoyed it, yeah, drop a like, drop a comment, let us know what you think, how we can improve, what was good, what you want us to keep doing, keep talking about. I think that's it. I don't have anything else to add. We appreciate everyone that listened all the way through. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Jay says thanks, so we're done. Bye.